Contraptions. Listen, if y'all see the contraptions, yeah, that's a word. Is that a word? Contraptions that I got going on here. Y'all would not believe it. Hey guys, it's your girl, Sherri Somers. How we doing today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. I'm super, super, super excited. It's Friday. I am so happy to be here. In this video, we're going to be talking about why charging more is an issue for you. Why? Yeah, I said it. Why charging more is an issue for you. Hello, Jacintia. Y'all, there's a contraption I got going on here. I'm tuning in on YouTube. I'm tuning in from on Facebook, and I'm also tuning in on Instagram. So my Instagram family, hi. Feel free to jump inside of my group, joinsherry.com. Also have that group in there. So I am tuning in all over the place. And Jacintia, hey, how are you doing? The credit solution queen. The one of the reasons I wanted to have this conversation, yeah, this lotion smells good. And I think I got this from a hotel in Connecticut when I flew to Connecticut to speak at an event. And the reason I'm saying that is I really want to bring this to your attention because unless you've been living under a bridge somewhere, right? Now we're kind of like in a kind of so-called post-COVID time right now. And the fact that we're in this so-called post-COVID time, what's happening? How is this post-COVID time is affecting us? How this post-COVID time is affecting us as a business owner? How is that affecting you? One of the things that I'm seeing, prices are skyrocketing, right? If you're trying to fly somewhere, my girlfriend and I were just talking about this at our dinner yesterday. She's like, Sherri, I wanted to fly. I wanted to go to Miami for vacation, and the prices just has been gone up. Avoid my nails. I'm going to get done right after I finish with you guys. But I cut myself this morning. But our prices have just been skyrocketing, right? Hotels, gas, anywhere you want to go. Let's say you want to go on vacation. It's like somebody sent out some type of news and say, hey, we need to raise these prices. Another thing that has been affecting us is I've never seen so many, we are hiring signs before, right? Some of my favorite restaurants, they're closing early because they can't find anybody to work, but they also end up having to raise their price. Speaking of nails, my nail shop went up in price as well. They're charging more, went up in price as well because they claim their supplies went up and all sorts of stuff. And am I the only one experiencing this? If you're experiencing this, give me a 1 in the chat. In my Instagram family, my Facebook family, give me a 1 in the chat, or my YouTube family, give me a 1 in the chat to see, are you guys experiencing the same thing that I'm seeing? Every time I turn around, we're hiring now, and I'm also seeing now hiring, and I'm also seeing prices are just going up tremendously. Even apartment complexes, they're raising their prices. And I know it's to offset the cost of what happened during the pandemic. So I know there's a reason behind all that. When I flew to Connecticut to speak at this profit conference, the gentleman at the hotel said that their hotel was sold out. That the Hilton said it was sold out, and I'm like, you're sold out? Wow, that's good. During pandemic, because it was kind of still in the pandemic when I flew there. And he says, no, ma'am. They have 5 flights of hotels. They said one. He said to me, he says, the reason why we are sold out is because on the 5th floor and the 4th floor, nobody's on there. Nobody's there because nobody's there right now. So we can't find people or staff to clean the 5th and the 4th floor. So we just have to focus on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st floor of the hotel because we're hiring, but we cannot find staff, people to work. And so we just have to close shop. But closing shop doesn't mean that they're not raising their prices. They're raising their prices, right? Which brings me to this point, right? Everywhere around you is justifiable, as you can see right now. People are literally like raising their prices, like hotel rooms, trying to fly internationally. It's like, what in the world, right? Right? And I'm super excited because I'm in Jamaica's very, very soon. I'm excited about that too as well. Well, I gotta throw that out there. But even the hotels prices are going up. Now, let me say this. If everything around you are going up, I know some of you, especially inside of the coaching space, you are like wondering like, okay, how do I offset the cost of all this, right? One person that didn't raise their price is you. Your business owner, you didn't. Your knowledge and your value is amazing and it's great, but you didn't, right? Why? And why haven't you raised your price? And it's not even just about pandemic. You're already charging less than it is to begin with anyway. Okay, so we're going to address that issue. It's funny to me how corporations were quick. They didn't call us and say, "Hey, what do you think about us raising our prices to this?" They just listen. My nail shop just put a sign and said, "Hey, we had to raise prices. The supplies was a little high. We had to raise prices." Boom. They didn't ask for permission. They just did it. Ooh, we started on a Friday. They didn't ask for permission, they just did it. So I'm asking you, the business owner, when you look at all the things that you got going on as a business owner, when you look at all the things that you have going on in your business, right? And you're saying to yourself, "Sherri, I think I need more clients," or Sherri, saying to yourself, "Sherri, my marketing is off." Well, does your profit margins make sense? That's the first thing I would ask you, to take a look at the products that you're selling, how valuable those products, what does your product solve? What problem does it solve? And then ask yourself, can at this price range, is it able to, for me to really help my family, pay my bills? And am I having enough profit margin left in the deal to be able to push my mission of my business forward? Stay with me. And let me tell you why, because the title was "Why Charging More is an Issue for You." I'm going to address that, because I'm going to help you shift your belief system and your mindset right now. Okay, Crystal? Okay. Hey, Marlon, how you doing, gorgeous? I'll see you in Jamaica very soon. Okay, so the reason why that may be a challenge for you is because when you started your business, and you started your business from the concept of, it has to be hard for me to charge more. Well, my mastermind team says, "Sherri, you passing the plate today." So we're going to pass the plate today. You got in this habit of, if it's not labor intensive, and it comes so easy to me, I cannot charge more, because it became easy for me to do this. It became easy for me to do this. And then sometimes the people you serve believe that you shouldn't either. So because it becomes easy for you to do, you feel like you can't justify why your product or your service is at a signature price that can help you to be comfortable of the thing you sell. I don't know who this is for today. Give me a 3 in the chat if this is making sense to you. When we look around us, the corporations and the industries and the big giants, they literally have raised their price to offset some of the things that was taking place, where their supplies were low, whatever their justifications were. I remember looking at one of my bills at the hotel, and I said, "What is this convenience fee?" Or you go to a restaurant and they tacked on some kind of COVID fee or convenience. I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm helping building back the economy by being at your hotel or your restaurant. What is this? Every time I turn around, it's a different type of fee. And the point here is, you're paying it. you're paying it. You're not gonna question it. So why is it that it's okay for you to pay that fee for somebody else who has raised their price to make sure they meet their profit margin? But when it comes to you, the business owner, when it comes to you, you're feeling like you are afraid to really put a price tag on the thing that you know is valuable, that will transform people's lives. You're afraid to put that price tag on it. That's your own belief system and your own lifestyle. Let's get down to see why that is. And number one, why that is, because most time a business owner comes from something what we call from a employee type of life. And what that means is, when you decided to start your business, you more than likely was in some type of employee business before. You were hired by someone before. So the way you think, what time you take your lunch break, what time you go to work, what time you get off, all of that was preconditioned for you. All of that this is time you take your lunch, you come back from lunch this time. So you have a conditioning mind from an employee mindset, because this has always been the way you do your thing. So even when you take on your now business, your habits are, even though you're now the CEO of your business, your habits are now the same way. Not even though you have a business now, your habits and the things that you're doing is exactly the same way as if when you were on your 9 to 5, because you were conditioned to go to work at 9, take lunch at 12, be back at 1, get off of work at 5, and you're in that routine for a long time. So the way you think and the way you operate, and you go on vacation, you got to make sure you get your boss to approve it, and if they don't approve it, then you cannot go because they got to cover the organization. So your whole mind and the way you think about things, you adapt that same principle when you started your business. So when you start your business, you just feel like you have to be in that labor. Thank you, Trevor, for that one. You feel as if you have to still be in that condition of the mind because you were programmed to be that way. So when you decided to step out on faith, and when God gave you the vision and you want to birth your business, you started doing the exact same thing you were doing when you were on a 9 to 5. And how do I know? How do I know? It's because every time my agency or my team are working on something for me and I don't have much to do, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing something. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be doing something. What am I supposed to be doing? Every time that happened, I'm get back in that, okay, I'm used to the grinding mentality, especially being Chinese and Jamaican. We're just used to the grind. I was just born into the grind. I was just birthed into the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs, right? It's already in my nature. It's already in my Jamaican nature to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jobs. But on a serious note, is for you to really accept the new world, is for you to really accept this new role as saying, I own a business and the business can be successful. For you to truly accept this new role, you have to shift how you look at yourself when it comes to getting paid for what your knowledge is about. Or you have to shift yourself in understanding that you are now the CEO, right? You want to see what most of my CEOs here in Florida are doing? They're on the golf course, right? And your attorney that you pay all this money for, they're on the golf course negotiating with another attorney to do your job. But guess what? You're paying for the billable hours. So they're on the golf course and they're talking to them about your case. Honey, listen, I know. They're talking about your case, but they're on the golf course talking about your case. And they're billing you because they're talking about your case. And they're negotiating something, working something out. But guess what? They're on the golf course. They're not working in the business. So if you're going to shift your business, you're going to shift your belief system, you have to understand that what that looks like. What that looks like is now you have to adapt a new habit. You have to now start to adapt a new habit. So Instagram, my phone is telling me that I need to shift over. So join us on Facebook because I got to hang up on Instagram. So if you're liking this information, go to my group, joinsherri.com. And I have to turn you off because my phone is telling me like it's going dead. Okay. So now just you guys on Facebook. You have to literally transform your habit of the way you look at things, the way you look at your business. You have to transform your habit, the way you think. You have to transform your habit of the decisions that you make. Good morning, Dylan. You have to transform your habit of the way you think, of the way you make decisions in your own business. You have to understand that you're not an employee anymore. You are a business. And it doesn't matter if it take you 10 hours to solve that problem or if it take you 1 hour to solve that problem. If that person can use your information and transform their life or have a solution or shift their life to a better than when you found them, you've done your job. And it's okay to put a price tag on that. And it's okay to put a price tag that is okay for your family to live comfortable so you can have summer camp, the Lord Jesus, that's coming up. But when we get to the root of the matter, many of the times, the issue that we have is we have to learn, how do we now adapt? How do we now adapt this CEO hat that we now have, now that we call ourselves a business owner? How do we not now adapt that? What does that look like? What does that look like? Because for years, and the longer you stay in your business, oh my God. I have a friend, and if he miss an overtime, it's like the world end. It's like literally the world end. I have to make this overtime. I have to make this overtime money. And I'm like, dude, how long can your body go in overdrive trying to calculate where you physically have to work to make that money? So what happened when you're 60, 50, 70? If you're relying on your body to physically do the work to make up your bill, you will never win because you can never trade time for money that much. So just him step into a CEO role would drive him crazy, right? But you who decide to say yes to yourself, you decide who decide to say, I'm going to step into a CEO role. What people didn't tell you, and I'm telling you now, is that you have to transform your entire belief system of everything you were taught and everything you were learned. Because let's go back to what you were taught, especially my islanders. Get a good job. Get a good job, in a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, a government job, right? And when you get that government job, girl, you better hold on to it because you're going to retire in that job, right? That's what they tell you. And then you retire, you may buy that Benz, but you're shaking with a stick while you're in that Benz. Okay, that's a different story. Okay. So you have to now retrain, repackage, retrain, reshift, create a paradigm shift of your mind to start adapting to something completely different from how you were raised to be taught. This generations, the 30s, the 40s, we are disrupting it, this type of mentality, because we're questioning everything that we were taught, right? It was good for then, but it's not good for now. Right? I've talked to so many moms nowadays that tells me, listen, the environment that is set up for mom who work versus what they can do for their family doesn't go together. The job environment that's set up for moms who have a job and have to take care of the kids and also the breadwinner, it doesn't go together. When you come in and talk to that employee, that boss, and say, hey, listen, my child is sick. I have to get home. I have to be on this shift because I got to pick up my kids from school. They ain't trying to hear that. They're trying to hear that. So clearly it's not designed for us. It's not designed. So you decide to say, okay, since it's not designed, I'm going to start my own thing. I'm going to start my own empire. I'm going to start my own vision. I have a vision to help somebody do something. So then you adapt and you go over to that vision. Here's a challenge when you go over to that vision, people. You're using the same mindset of the lack of belief system, the same mindset of waiting to get a raise, or the same mindset to wait for that 60 cents raise. You brought that same belief system and mindset here into your new business. And it won't work, because as you take on your new role as CEO, the things that you don't know how to do and the things that you're still working labor intensively in positions and places in your business, because you have project management, you have accounting, you have marketing, you have all sorts of things that your business require because you have a business now, and you may not have all of that. You may not have all those expertise. And that's where you start outsourcing the things that you don't know how to do. Period. You start outsourcing things you don't know how to do. Why? Because you realize, you have become self-aware that you're doing things like you were when you had a 9 to 5. If this is good, give me a 3 in the chat. I see y'all. I see y'all. Thank y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the love. I see y'all. If this is good, give me a 3 in the chat. And I really want, I literally have a whole entire 90-minute intensive course around being the CEO of your business, that having staff, having clients is really, thank y'all for that. It's really something that we really have to learn how to change. Thank you, Melissa. I saw your 3. Thank you. Because right now it's literally disrupting the revenue that's coming in your account. It is disrupting the decision making that you have in your business, and it's disrupting it because you're still thinking as if you were on that 9 to 5. And if you have a 9 to 5 and then you have a business, that's even more, because you're really having to shift hats every time. You really have to shift hats every time. So you're never moving because you feel like I have to do everything. There's 2 disruption here. One, I have to do everything in my business because in my mind telling me I can't afford anybody else to do it. That's number 1. That's one disruption we got to change. And 2, the other disruptions is saying I got to work on every part of my business myself. And all that stem from, if I don't work hard, I can't charge a certain amount for it because it wouldn't make sense to me because I didn't work hard for it. So if you tell me that I finished something in 10 minutes or I finished something in 200 minutes, it doesn't matter. Did I solve the problem? Did I transfer your life? Did I create an impact in your life? Because at the end of the day, the client, all they want is a solution that you claim that you offer. That's all they want, is the solution that you claim that you offer. Thank y'all for the threes in the chat. I see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I want to give you grace and allow you the space to understand that corporations saw something and says, hey, I got to raise my price because I got to get back to where I am. And I want to give you grace to do the same thing. I got to step out. I got to get my nails done. And guess what? They already told me before I even get to the door, like, hey, we raised our price because our supplies went up. So supplies went up, daycares went up, summer camp went up, but your price is still the same from 1996, from 2016. And the only reason is because your belief system won't allow you. Didn't say that no one will pay it. Your belief system just wouldn't allow you to do it. So I hope I can disrupt your belief system, that the belief system that you're operating in right now is the belief system from when you have a 9-to-5, when you're employee mindset. So I need you to, if you have a business and you're on the sound of my voice, I need you to take the employee mindset hat off, and I need you to adapt your CEO mindset. I need you to adapt your CEO mindset. And a CEO doesn't work every part in your business. They do not. I need you to adapt the CEO mindset and say, what is the revenue amount for me to operate my business effectively so I can make a true impact? What is the amount that I need to push my business forward so people who have the problem that I solve can find me? Raising your price is just not a mediocre. It's about making sure that the people who you need to reach, because it takes money to reach the people that you need to reach, who is sitting on Facebook, sitting on Instagram, sitting on YouTube, looking for the right now for the problem that your business solve. Because if you're in business, your business solve a problem. And you can't do that at the price tag that you've set for your business. So I want to give you the space and I want to give you grace to understand you set that price tag based on your employee mindset. So now we got to shift it to a CEO mindset. Now, I said all that to say this. If this is something you truly know that, Sherri, listen, you just snatched all my edges this morning. Didn't mean to do that. If this is something that says, Sherri, I'm going to be transparent. This is something I'm struggling with. Go ahead, put me in my name and DM me, whatever you need to do. Because we're going to have a whole 90-minute intensive around what this looks like as a CEO. What decisions you should be making as a CEO. This was like literally on my heart. And then Trevor, shout out to Trevor. He did a post on this. I'm like, Trevor, oh my God, I talk about this all the time. Before clients even get into my 100K revenue experience, they have to go through a whole mindset conditioning, because they'll come into the course with the mindset of they're doing everything, no VAs, none of that stuff. And they think they have to do everything. And then they burn themselves out. They're afraid to make passive income, because if they make passive income, it's something icky or something. So I need you to get clear with yourself and transparent with yourself and say, Sherri, listen, I want more information on this 90-day incentive course. I want to all about the CEO mindset. All about the CEO mindset. Because your mind will play tricks on you and say, I need to be working on this. I need to be working on this labor. I need to be working on that. I need to be working on that. When no, in reality, no. A true CEO doesn't. Don't get me wrong. We grind, and I know all about grind. I was birthed into the grind part. But I want you to understand, as a person who specializes in life coaching, the biggest challenge I see when my clients tell me I have a money issue, or hello, Master Coach Kendra, I have a money issue, or I have a marketing issue, or I have a messaging issue. Most of the time, all of those things, your underlying factor is that you're thinking like an employee, not a CEO. We love to say the name. It sounds good and it sounds sexy, right? but the behaviors and actions and decisions that you are making in your business is off a employee. And when we decided to say, yeah, I just want to start a business and bake cookies, what we didn't take in consideration that starting a business baking cookies still means we got to adapt to what that looks like. So I want to invite you to be able to do that as well. What does that role of a real true CEO looks like? Right? How do we get to that 6-figure mark? How do we get, what mindset do I need to adapt to get to those marks, 6, 7 figures? How do we get to that? How do we get, because what I'm doing right now is not working. My mindset of how I look at things is not working. So it's not the marketing, sis. I said that on Instagram the other day. It's not the marketing. It's not the clients. It's not the revenue. It's the belief system of how you look at yourself, of your capability and your worthiness and your ability to charge for what's going to push your business forward more. That's the problem. That is a problem. And until you literally confess that with yourself, the angle of your business will not move. All right. So I got to jump off. I got to jump off because I have a quick. I have a nail appointment. So I got to jump off right now. But I just wanted to come in here and assure you that this is the answer to every decision that you're going to make in every position of your business. Every decision. Why are you over there doing QuickBooks when you're not an accountant? Oh my gosh, Sherri, I can't afford anybody to do my QuickBooks for me. Okay, let me say this. You may not be able to afford somebody to do your QuickBooks for you, but let me tell you something. If you work on the areas in your business, that's your gift, that's your greatness, it will create an overflow of money that will allow you to afford somebody in your business. That's all I'm going to say right now. That's all I'm going to say right now. Okay, pass the offering plate. One of the ladies in my mastermind, they said, Sherri, pass the offering plate. You're talking to me. All right. You should only be operating in your gift, but we'll talk more about that in CEO mindset. Right now, I just want you to identify why you're stuck, the real underlying reason why you're stuck. One of the ladies in my case study program said, Sherri, and when I talk to my clients in my credit repair business, they'll tell me all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, no, it's your mindset. It's your mindset. I say, yes, but that's the last thing people want to pay for, right? It's like you have to get them in something else and then tell them, yeah, it's your mindset, right? The last thing people want to pay for. So listen, join me. I want to really, really work with you in this area because this has been an area I too also have struggled with in the beginning when I first started. Shifting from a paramilitary business or being in law enforcement and shifting from a paramilitary where that is really, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, don't do this, to come into a place where I can do that. I don't have to be quiet. I have a voice. I can speak. When you come into that space, it's challenging. So if you want to break that employee mindset, let's chat. All right. That's all I got for you today. But if it resonates with you, please, please, please reach out. We're going to be doing that all week next week. So jump in here. I'll tell you more about it. But I just want to make sure this is something that you truly need. And I want to make sure that my tribe, this is something that they need help with. Move into that CEO mindset from that employee mindset. All right, that's all I got for you. DM me, join my group, joinsherri.com. I love it, and I hope to see you soon. And if you're on YouTube tuning in, make sure you subscribe. Talk to you later.